Bună dimineața și bine ați venit la Bursa de Valori București. Ca orice listare la bursă, cea de astăzi este una specială și are particularitățile sale. Dedicăm această zi acțiunilor de Agrar Group, care intră la tranzacționarea astăzi pe piața AeRO sub simbolul bursier DN, să aibă drumul lin la bursă. Și pentru că avem invitat special, evenimentul de astăzi se va desfășura în limba engleză. So, let's begin. Good morning and welcome on the Bucharest Stock Exchange. Today is a special day for the Agrar Group that will make its first step on the AeRO market of Bucharest Stock Exchange by becoming an AeRO listed company. I invite now Mr. Radu Hanga, President of the Bucharest Stock Exchange.
Thank you, Natalia. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Bucharest Stock Exchange for the Agrar team. Thank you very much for choosing us as your long-term partners for developing your business in Romania. And we also thank our special guests from the Embassy of the Kingdom of Netherlands. The Agrar, it's a company which was long awaited by Romanian investors. We know that the private placement took place at the middle of last year. We are happy now to see you stepping on Bucharest Stock Exchange ring. I would say that this listing shows the openness of the Romanian economy and also the openness of the Bucharest Stock Exchange as you, Dutch investors, opened and developed significant business here in Romania in the agricultural sector. From our perspective, also as the local stock exchange, I would say that this underlines the importance of the local stock exchanges in supporting the development of the local companies. Talking about the Agrar, because today it's about you at the stock exchange. You attracted last year 25 million lei, 5 million euros around for financing your growth. In the meantime, you already closed an acquisition and expanded significantly your operations here in Romania. We at the Bucharest Stock Exchange, we hope that we are going to provide you the platform, the support for financing the future growth, the future acquisitions of the company, and also we will provide you with the visibility, the awareness from the consumer, from the local market perspective. Then Agrar, 11 companies operating in livestock management, field crop production, service in agriculture, logistics, transport, consulting and management services. You are a group, you are intending to grow, and again, we are happy to provide you the platform to reach your dreams and to develop your company and to develop the Romanian economic ecosystem. We have a great potential and we think that together we can make things happen. Now, I wish you luck, I wish you success together with the Bucharest Stock Exchange team, and I invite you to ring the bell for the opening ceremony. Please.
Thank you. The Agrar Group is a group of companies located in Alba Iulia with Dutch majority shareholding. We have also among us Mr. Arie Velhausen, Agricultural Councillor from the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands in Romania.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, Jan and family, with this huge event and this huge approach. I'm the agricultural councillor from the Embassy of the Netherlands, and I represent the Netherlands, agricultural part of the Netherlands in Romania. But actually our ambassador should be here. Unfortunately he could not be here. He has a visit with our Prime Minister Rutte in Moldova. So yeah, sometimes you have to make choices. So he asked me to come here, but our ambassador made a personal message on the video, and I'm not telling you what he's going to say, but I suggest that you listen and hear what our ambassador has to say, especially to you and to hear to the exchange. Maybe the video can be started.
Dear Mr. Radu Hanga, dear Mr. Adrian Tanasa, distinguished audience. I'm pleased to witness, virtually though, the listing of the company DN Agrar on the Bucharest Stock Exchange AeRO market today. You may wonder why, as Dutch ambassador, I find this event particularly interesting. After all, it's not the first and certainly not the last company to be listed on the Bucharest Stock Exchange. My personal interest stems from the kind of company DN Agrar is and the people behind it. After all, it is a major agricultural company active in a crucial sector of Romania's economy, dairy farming. A company which strongly believes in Romania's agricultural potential. It has therefore consistently invested, reaching a level of professionalism and performance which has allowed it to get to today's important moment, the listing on the BSE. Like DN Agrar, the Netherlands Embassy in Bucharest also believes in the future of Romania's agriculture, which is an intrinsic, important part of the agricultural sector of the European Union. An agricultural sector in which both small family businesses and large professional companies coexist, each of them playing its own role in Romania's economy and society. High-performance commercial agricultural companies like DN Agrar can clearly contribute to several policy objectives such as food security, food safety, the equilibrium of the food trade balance, healthy nutrition, etc. And they can also be inspirational for other players, proving that agriculture can indeed be a lucrative business if done professionally and with the necessary drive. I like to add that the Agricultural Department of the Embassy is consistently working on deepening the already good relationship between the Netherlands and Romania in the field of agri-food. And the professionalization of the Romanian agricultural sector, mainly through technology and education, has received our full attention over the last few years. Therefore, I'm particularly pleased to see companies which contribute to the spreading of knowledge and expertise, such as this company, led by the one-of-a-kind Jan de Boer. Dear Jan, destiny in life was probably written from the beginning as, in English, Jan de Boer means John de Boer, John the farmer. But not just any farmer, a knowledgeable, modern, open-minded, hard-working farmer. Today's event reconfirms all of this because opting for a modern way of financing, such as the stock exchange, means having a vision, a strategy and a plan, all based on Romania's incontestable agricultural potential and supported from this day on also by the Bucharest Stock Exchange and its investors. I wish you all the best of luck.
I have actually nothing to add, so congratulations again, and thank you. We will see each other.
Thank you, Mr. Revelhausen, and thank you to Roloff on ACE for his message. And now I invite Mr. Jan de Boer, or maybe John de Boer, CEO and the President of the Agrar Group.
Good morning, everybody. First, I have to thank everybody who makes this day possible. For us, as DN Agrar, is a big step forward in our development. We want this moment of listing the shares of DN Agrar to mark the company's entry into the next stage of development. We are confident that the financing leverage offered by the capital market are favorable for our business structure. We are convinced that the ambitious goals we set ourselves will be achieved and that our confidence in the future of the agribusiness sector in Romania will be a success. I will tell you a short message of the history of DN Agrar. Peter, after this, will tell you about the future. In 2007, 2008, I was the first time in Romania. Why? In that time, Romania was to the EU, and in my mind, it has a big opportunities for agriculture. And I'm not more sure, but I told Marijke, my wife, that I will go, or I was telling her that I was in Romania. Sometimes it's better to tell after it if you do some things, and not before, but that there are a lot of possibilities. In 2009 we had our first harvest, I think 23 hectares, and in 2011 we start with our first cows. And you see in the back now what we are now as a company. We grow very fast, but that not depends on me, that depends on our team. What I want to say about this, our team is in my eyes the most important thing from DN Agrar. We were not here today without the team from DN Agrar, with all the employees from DN Agrar. But especially I want to mention here, also here in this room, Mihaela and Gabriel from the accountant, Bogdan from the agriculture part, Adina from the animal part, and I forgot Marian. Marian is from topography, cadastre, etc. He's not here. He is at home with COVID. So I want to thank at least the team. You are a part of DN Agrar, and you are a part of the success. Thank you.
I invite now Mr. Peter de Boer, Strategic Corporate Finance Manager and member of the board, the Agrar Group.
Good morning. This is today a very important step for DN Agrar to be here today. Thank you for having us. To be listed on the AeRO market on the Bucharest Stock Exchange. This was a long and complex process. Of course, our goal was to be listed in September. I will give a short explanation of why it was a delay, and also first I will start with an apology. We set up an A and B share structure, an A and B mechanism structure for the shares. During the road, during this complex process, and of course as foreigners in another country, we found out that the market and institutions are maybe not ready for this mechanism. For that, we decided to change this and to remain with only ordinary shares. With this exchange to be the ideal fit for the Romanian investors and the private investors and also the investment funds. So, that being said, regarding the future plans of the Agrar Group, we see great potential of the agribusiness in Romania. Figure shows us that over 50% of the milk consumed in Romania is imported, especially from, or mainly from, Poland and Hungary. Also, the economic market is changing, especially during the COVID crisis, the pandemic, which we are already in for 2 years. But luckily, as shown, the agribusiness is not so affected by a crisis. Agricultural goods suffered relatively less from the corona crisis and therefore appear to be less sensitive to the economic situation and crisis. The necessity of food for people means that the corona time had less effect on the trade of agricultural goods and other products. Agricultural goods are essential goods, and the importance of keeping trade and food channels open is evident. Then I go to our growth strategy. So, as you probably read already in the news and in the media, we are finalizing the acquisition of the Uphold farm. We hope to finalize the acquisition by the end of March, beginning of April. The integration of the farm will go quite smoothly because it has already integrated in the group. The goal for the Uphold farm is to increase the cattle by 50% and also the milk production by 50% by the end of this year. The investment project includes the construction of an extra milking piler, of an additional, of course, increase of the number of animals and additional feed storages. Having in mind the circular agriculture, our footprint, we have decided also to invest in, from autumn to compost our manure. We see huge potential as an extra business line to sell it externally and for the use of internal use. Currently, we are implementing SAP company-wide because we consider that digitization of DN Agrar contributes to faster growth in the near future. Also, it helps us to be as transparent as possible to all our new shareholders, to more easily integrate future acquisitions into the current business model, and to further increase the high degree of efficiency and effectiveness of all business processes within the group. The digital transformation enables DN Agrar to accelerate its growth strategy, resulting in more value for all shareholders and stakeholders involved. Our biggest goal for the Romanian market is to increase the value for all of our shareholders and stakeholders, like employees, partners, local authorities. Also, Romania being an important player on the agricultural market, we see that a lot of big foreign investment funds are currently investing in Romania, where it shows that it is an interesting market to invest in. And we see the developments in Western Europe and the movement of agribusiness to Eastern Europe. We see huge potential for fast and stable growth. Thank you very much. And as a personal note at the end, we hope that you stay for a long time on board and with your shares in DN Agrar. Thank you.
Thank you. The listing of the shares is made following a private placement held in July last year. Both the private placement and the listing of the shares were carried out with the support of BRK Financial Group. The company attracted in July last year almost 25 million lei. I invite now Mr. Răzvan Raț, Deputy Director, BRK Financial Group, for more details.
Good morning. After long periods, 6-8 months, finally, this day we ring the bell, and we have DN Agrar listed company. The enthusiasm for market listing from 2021 continues in the beginning of 2022 as well. Just last week, I could count 3 listing company, and I have to notice a small change in the trend, namely the fact that bigger and bigger transactions are closed. As is for DN Agrar, which managed to attract 5 million euro. The agriculture sector in Romania occupies an important position in the whole of European agriculture. Romania is the 5th country in the EU from the perspective of the agriculture area used. On the other hand, the volume of investment in agriculture is still low, 3% of total of investment in economy or 1% of GDP. And what I want to emphasize is that the capital market can be a solution to access financial for players in this sector. The listing of DN Agrar increased the number of issuers in these sectors who have chosen the capital market as financial method, and in this case we are talking about the market leaders in the segment of cow's milk producers. We are glad that we assist DN Agrar in this project, and we will stay with the company as an authorized consultant. Good luck with DN Agrar as a listed company.
Thank you, Răzvan. We have now the Q&A session. If you have any questions, please present yourself and specify for whom the question is addressed.
Good morning, I'm Tibi Oprea from Zero Financiar. I have a few questions for Mr. Jan de Bur. Firstly, Considering the rising of prices of milk this year, what is the maturity of the contracts the Agrar side?
We have long-term contracts. We work mostly with, let's say, we are not a company who work today with one and the next day when you have 2 euro cents more with another company. We are going for long and strength relationships. So we have long-time contracts. And long time we have to think about 4 or 5 years.
Okay, thank you. Do you take in consideration to finance again on the Bucharest Stock Exchange?
We want to grow and we are for sure coming back rapid here to ask for more money.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us today for the listing of the Agrar Group on the AeRO market. I'm Natalia Negru-Botezan. I wish you all the best and see you soon.